Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'll be reacting to the first 5 opens of the anime series Demon Slayer. This is one that I've actually heard of quite a fair number of times. Normally when I see those videos of people attending Comic-Con, it feels like at least 25% of the cosplayers there are dressed up in something Demon Slayer related. So I know this is a popular one. I'm excited to hear the music from this. Before we do jump in though, a massive thank you to Amy, whose generous support made this reaction possible. And she dedicates this reaction to Arya, who has a big test coming up, so good luck on that one. So we're going to check out these 5 openings in short order, but the way we'll do it is first talk about the anime itself, Demon Slayer, and then one by one go through the openings. I'll give my ratings. I encourage you all to join me as you rate the songs as well. So let's jump in. Demon Slayer here is also known as Kimetsu no Yaiba, I believe. So this is like another name for Demon Slayer. It is set in a world during Japan's Taisho era, where humanity secretly lives and fights against the threats of demons, transformed humans who possess supernatural abilities such as enhanced strength, rapid regeneration, and the unique powers referred to as blood demon arts. Dude, humanity is always like on their asses, I swear. The unique powers referred to as... the story follows a teenager, Tanjiro Kamado, who strives to become a demon slayer after his family was slaughtered and his young sister Nezuko is turned into a demon. This is infinitely traumatizing. Tanjiro trains to become a demon slayer and meets fellow demon slayers and Hashira. The Hashira is the highest rank that demon slayers can obtain in the Demon Slayer Corps, so like the black belt of demon slaying. The main fighting style is swordsmanship, specifically utilizing breathing styles that draw on total concentration breathing, with various styles like water, flame, wind, stone, and thunder, each with unique forms and techniques. Additional forms are mist, serpent, love, insect, and sound. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Pokemon here. As the story progresses, Tanjiro and his friends learn about the 12 Kizuki, powerful demons serving the main antagonist Muzan. Each member of the 12 Kizuki possesses unique abilities and poses significant threats to the demon slayers. This anime is known for its beautiful and fluid animation style. Yeah, I love that so many like animes have these insane plot lines, and for me, I love action, I love sci-fi, I love supernatural. It feels like anime would be right up my alley. I guess one of my only hang-ups or grievances with anime is that I just prefer watching like real life acting, and honestly I also just prefer movies to TV shows and series in general. But you know, I can be swayed one way or the other. If I had enough time, you know, I'm consuming all of the world's content. But yeah, I'm excited to check these out, so let's jump in with the first opening here called Gurenge by Lisa.
強くなれる理由を知った僕を連れて進め泥だらけのその中を見ようこわばる心震える手は掴みたいものが
Yeah, very smooth animation style. Oh wow. Ooh. Dope. So dope. That's the last thing I wrote there. Dope, DOPE, capital letters. Absolutely, I will rate this highly. This, to me, immediately I put between like a high eights, low nines. Love the melodies. I think there were some nice crunchy chords in there, a bit of like dark twists, minor moments where the melody feels like it could devolve, and given a longer song, you could absolutely push it to its limits. I also really like just the gentle piano vocal start. It almost like lends itself to many possible song styles right after. You could have a ballad, you could have heavy guitars, which, you know, we had more of the latter than the former. And great gradual build into that chorus. I just knew as soon as we heard the pre-chorus and the way we were building with those nice strums on the guitar, the chorus was just going to be a magnificent hit. If it wasn't, I would be very surprised. So yeah, let's stick with this range here for now, 8.7 to 9.1 out of 10. And we can make our adjustments in the coming reactions. So let's check out the second opening here. This is the Mugen training arc, the song titled Akeboshi by Lisa. Let's check it out. The animation is super cool. I do admit that. Ooh. Ooh, I love these lyrics. Oh. Is that a key change? At least the modulation. Oh yeah, that gets ranked highly. Immediately, like 9.4 or better. To be honest, I love the melody, love the vocals, love the different modulations, the pitches, everything that you can read there that I listed. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. Very interesting start as well, because it doesn't feel like a typical, let's say, Western scale that you might hear. So this song started on a unique, interesting note and just built and built and built and ramped up in a way that was so logical to me, but also carried with it these unique melodic and rhythmic notes. Immediately, the floor of this is already like a 9.4. I think what could have bumped it up if it was there would be like a little bit of a, I've said this before, but meatier bass. So for some reason, these songs, they put more emphasis on the vocals and drums rather than the bass. But if you just turned it up maybe, I don't know, call it 5 more decibels higher, I think this would easily add like a plus 0.2 here. I will give maybe a timid like plus 0.01 if there was more emphasis on the, there we go, on electric guitar. If we had like a bit of a solo there, just a little bit of crazy riffage, and then give us right back to the beautiful structure of that song. But 9.4 immediately. We'll see how high this one can go. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Okay, let's check out the third one. This one is called the Entertainment District Arc, Zankyo Sanka by Aimer. Let's check this one out. Ooh, jazzy piano start.
Zankyo.
Dude, these songs are just so different from each other, and they are all like so interesting in their own ways. I mean, a jazzy look, I'm down for that. I love the kind of diner style, jazz style, ragtime style piano playing. There's something so interesting about it, especially when a lot of the backdrop of let's say the piano playing is like heavy guitars or drums or something with a lot more energy that is not strictly empty space. Because oftentimes you hear like that like diner style piano playing and it is just piano and vocals with maybe like the obvious saxophone or some other instrument there. When you have the rest of the band and this loud, beautiful sound, it adds a unique perception to me for how I like listen to the piano, because I'm not really listening for the piano itself. I'm listening more for the guitar, the drums, the bass, the vocals, and then when the piano in the background is doing its thing, it kind of sends me through it. It reminds me a little bit of the song. There was a honky tonk section in, what is the song called? I think it's called The Dance of Eternity by Dream Theater. If you guys are ever interested in listening to some crazy progressive metal and rock music, Dream Theater is a great place to start. They will blow your head clean off with the craziness. And in that song in particular, there's a unique piano section there. I say honky tonk, and I don't want to spoil it past that. So this one, immediately we rate this in the 8s. I will say I think it's a little lower than the first one here. So I will honestly rate this one probably around an 8.8 out of 10. And then this probably gets like an 8.5, which these are all super solid ratings, by the way. Like the 3 that I've heard so far, what is the average here? 8.8, 9.4, that's 9.1 with 8.5. Oh gosh, I have to do quick math here. Oh gosh, 19 is 18.2 plus 16.7. No, 24.7 divided by 3, that's 8.3. So the average rating, 8.3. I'm obviously doing my math wrong. Let's jump into the 4th opening here, called Swordsmith Village Arc Opening 4, Kizuna no Kiseki by Man with a Mission and Millet, or Millet, or Mie. It could be any of those. Ooh. Oh, great harmony decision. Dude, these are so good. These are so good. Immediately, high eights, low nines. There's so many great decisions here. I think just from structure alone, like this one has to be high eights. I think what would have like cleanly put it into the nines, because I don't think it's a clean nine, would be, I think, more intricate vocal melody, because I think the way that each individual singer sings, their timbre, the way they come together, those decisions are individually very smart, but I feel like there are more interesting pitches that they could be landing on, because there's a lot of just material to work with in this track, which is totally cool. I just I'm giving my own take on like what could bring this up even higher. And honestly, something like this, in my mind, as an editor, this would bring it up like by 0.03 or something. So let me think of another. Oh, I think this song could also benefit from like I don't know what to call this. You could maybe think of it as trap, but you could also consider when you hear music and there's like a bottoming out of the mix where everything just gets quiet all of a sudden. I think this song could benefit from moments of just complete momentary silence and creating these unique trap beats that bring the chorus hits even, bring them even like larger, I guess. Because the chorus hits are really like smart and intentional, but to me they're rather obvious. So I think that would let's call it open space for big hits. There's a song by Breaking Benjamin called The Diary of Jane. The lead up into the second chorus, there's a big empty space for the drums and just everybody to do nothing. And when you hit on the one of that second chorus, it is just massive. And I feel like there was an opportunity there to do something similar. Now, they don't have to exactly do this suggestion. This is just something that I feel like I know would work. They could do something else though. So now let's assign a rating, shall we? What did we rate the first one? 8.8. Second is a 9.4. 8.5. I think this gets like an 8.7. I think this is a very solid song. All right, let's check out the last one here. Opening number 5. This one's called Mugen by My First Story with Hyde. Let's jump in. This has been a great reaction set. I'm glad I got to listen to these. Let's go.
永遠の意味知らぬ君に答えを示す時だ無限に続く螺旋の先へこえた理由は儚い未来とくというさそれを強さと履き違えている憎い月を隠すほどの黒くよどむ心君さえなければ揺らいでいる浜のように死をつなぐ奪ってく嵐のように心を咲く永遠の意味知らぬ君に答えを示す時だ無限に続く螺旋の先に待つのは誰
Dude. Yeah, these are just all so good. I think this immediately is, again, in the 8s. We're so close to a 9 with this one, but I feel like it's just like it's just like such a well-structured song. If I make a change somewhere, I would have to like almost cascade that change everywhere, which is why, like, because it is such a solid song, I feel like any individual change may change the overall vibe of this one. It would have to almost be like a complete structural overhaul to make this one pop from an 8 into the 9s. So in my mind, this guy, let's see, let me take a look at what we have so far. 8.7, 8.5, 8.8, 9.4, right? I think then this probably gets like an 8.6. I think that's fair. I think 8.6 is fair here. And this was a really fun one. I'm glad I got these requests. Demon Slayer. Great animation style. Hopefully YouTube doesn't make me block the visuals here so you guys can see what I've been seeing. But I'm really curious now. I just want to go back and listen to the second one here. This was my favorite, this 9.4. Let me see if I change that rating now, shall we? Mugen Training Arc. Yeah, I liked listening to that again because then I really started to focus on the elements of the song that I liked, and I think a slight improvement that could be made. So I guess for my 9.4, I have to marginally drop it down to 9.3, given my two criteria here that I've just newly incorporated. So on the second listen, I think the drumming and the bass in that intro section could be heavier because we do have those like unique scales. It almost feels like Egyptian or Phrygian, something like that. But those could be made heavier, especially the strums after the fact, because it feels a little bit thin once I like have settled into the key. So like upon a re-listen, this is where my focus would be if I was being very particular. So that's why I give it a minus 0.2 for being a little bit too much of a light start. But that chorus, the way we modulated and everything got brighter, I didn't really think about it at the time because the modulation was the interesting part. But the modulation itself serves a different purpose. It actually changes the overall, would it be contrast? I guess just the brightness of the track. So for that reason, I added another 0.1 there. So net, we went from 9.4, then to 9.2, then up to 9.3, which obviously is a solid rating. I don't think that's contestable. But these are really fun. So let me, I guess, take a look at the 5 that we did now. So the opening number 1, I had 8.8. Opening number 2 was a 9.3. Opening number 3, 8.5. Number 4, 8.7. And number 5, 8.6. Now I'm just curious to do the math. I'm really curious what my average here is. Let's do it in real time. This is like fun math that your teacher would ask you to do. Okay, 8.8 plus 9.3 plus 8.5. Hopefully I'm not typoing anything. Plus 8.7. And then lastly, plus 8.6. So that looks like a number we may expect. Divide by 5. Average rating of 8.78. We'll take those. We will take those. But that's all I have for you guys today. This was a really fun set of reactions. I hope you did enjoy my reaction. I will see you in the next one. Hey friends, I hope you all enjoyed the reaction today. And if you'd like me to react to one of your favorite songs, you can hit the link in the description box down below. It is the best way to support my channel. But in any case, your support, your kindness, your comments, your likes, they mean the world to me, and I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and peace.